You have now arrived at Stadium and Gale.
Snap, the kick, it's been blocked again! Oh my! It's been blocked again! He's going to heat one, deep down the field. It's going to be to the goal line. It's going to be caught! It's a touchdown! And the Gators have won the game! Tyree Cleveland! Oh my! I can't believe what I just saw! Dropping back to throw. Thompson fires the ball over the middle. It's Norrie! It's Norrie! Got a touchdown! Norrie's got a touchdown! Oh man! Norrie's got a touchdown! Hands it off to Marvin. He comes back. Say goodbye.
Ahmad Black, in his final game as a Gator, takes it all the way home and sends Urban out the winner.
You have now arrived at Stadium and Gale.
Boys and girls, ladies and gents, same corner, same time. Welcome to another episode of Stadium and Gale. It's your boy Corey. What's up with it?
It's Dan.
Delatorre.
And Jay Scarlett, baby, what it do?
What up, 2-5?
Yes, sir.
Hey, audience, welcome. Hit like before we even get started. Hit like, subscribe. You know, we appreciate all the love. It's been a beautiful weekend, man. It's been a lot of good Gator vibes. We're going to hang out a little bit. Special guest Cam Jackson should be pulling up to hang out with us. But how was y'all weekend, fellas?
It was good. It was very, very good. Shout out to my boy Paul. Him and I went and saw one of my favorite country music bands here in St. Pete called Whiskey Myers. They did an acoustic show, which was good. I like them a little bit less acoustic, a little bit more rock and roll, a little bit more guitar riffs, but great show over there. So shout out to Paul, but a great weekend. Corey, you and I. What?
Dan is going to Whiskey Myers acoustic shows. He's at the pool day parties with
right.
trap
Bender.
music.
Yeah,
He's a 5-tool player.
That's right. Yep. I try to keep it interesting. You know what I mean? I can be a mellow guy, chill out guy. I can be the guy at the pool party, bumping, fists in the air. You know what I mean? So I know it was great. And went over to the Edition Saturday night. Corey and I were talking about that. A little nightclub action wasn't what I thought. No, but I don't want to throw my buddy under the bus who listens to this podcast. It wasn't his fault. But just not an elite night, but still fun. All the same. So enough about me. Nick, how's your weekend, brother?
Good weekend. No game. Just getting ready for the portal. Florida got some good news Monday. Today we'll talk about that. But yeah, just chill. Hung out with y'all Saturday. Watched the game. And easy weekend.
Yeah, man. Similar vibes on my end. Championship football. A lot of football on Saturday. Live stream was super fun. Anybody in the chat, anybody that's watching now, you didn't check the live stream Saturday, go back and check it out. We had Trayon Webb and also DeAndre Robinson.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Came and hung out with us. Great time. Actually linked up with me and Scarlett. Was at a cigar bar yesterday. So hung out with Jordan a little bit at the cigar bar. Watched some NFL football, kicked it a little bit. Had to take my son to my nephew's birthday party at the little go-kart racing place, but just family, football, and some Stadium and Gale, man. That's all it was this weekend.
That's good, man. But yeah, I had a similar weekend, family and football weekend. Saturday, I got to spend some time with some of the kids at my daughter's daycare. Some of the dads, we all linked up, went to the park and went to the boat show on Saturday in Palm Beach. It's like a boat show. They all go through the little river, and the lights all over the boats and, music, fireworks. It was a great deal for the kids. Over by like 8 o'clock, so to get them to bed. It was a good thing for them. So did that.
Palm Beach boat show be a vibe, man.
Yeah, it was lit. That was my first time ever going. I've been to the one in Fort Lauderdale like years ago when I was a kid, but when the one up there is definitely top tier. They had some good stuff going on the boats. So
they got some boats in Palm Beach County.
Yeah, they don't play. I was about to say it was some big boy boats out there. I'm like, ooh, it's money out here tonight.
Yeah.
And hide money.
Out there.
No, they have boats that we can only dream of having here over in the Bay Area. And every time I go boating up there, it's nuts. And just some of these casual boats that just get completely overshadowed by your, obviously your 30, 50, 80 meter, yachts that they have. But, even some of these normal boats are, $1.5, $2 million. And you're like, oh, that's a nice boat, but it's parked next to a $15 million boat. You're like, oh, wow, that's nice. And then there's like a 45.
Honestly, you got to back it up and move your parking spot. If my boat costs $1.5 million and I look poor next to something, we're moving. We're in the water. We just got to move that boat away. Congratulations to you and your endeavors and your floating house. I'm going to move mine away. Don't need to be overshadowed.
When I'm out there on the boat vibes, when I'm hanging out, I like the boat names just to see the cool, unique boat names and shit. Like always. Do you have a boat name, Dan? Just in case you ever get one? No,
not yet. I saw Cease and Desist when I was down in Fort Lauderdale a couple of weeks ago. I've seen a lot. There's a lot of creative ones. If I ever, when I joined the boat club, 5-6 years ago, I thought, man, I'm going to do this for a few years and I'm going to go buy a boat. The more I have the boat club, the less interest I have in buying a boat.
Right.
It's easy. I got to pick it up, drop it off. They fuel it up for you. They clean it for you. I can go anywhere in the country. All right, technically anywhere in the world where they have one. So if I ever find myself in the south of France, I might get myself a sailboat and go out into the Mediterranean a little bit.
Oh, damn. What a vibe.
Yeah.
Vibing up, man. Penthouse
Daniel. One of my close friends, his dad owns a company that builds boats. And he told me one time, don't buy a boat. Know somebody, have a friend who owns a boat. Right. So I think you're on to something there, Dan, with the boat club.
Yeah, man. I'll tell you what. What is it? What's it? There goes another $1,000. But I don't remember what the thing is. But anyway, boat ownership's expensive. Yeah, man. It would have been nice to remember the phrase.
Whip the boat out when we come out there for the bowl game. We're gonna talk the bowl game in a little bit. I know we all trying to make it out to Temple to hang out.
Yeah.
Last time I went out there. Different than the East Coast of Florida, right? So out there in Tampa, it's a lot of dolphins.
Yeah.
The wife was out there, we was on the boat kicking it, and dolphins was just going crazy. We won't get a lot of dolphin action on this side of the world, but let's try to get out on the boat, man. We come out there, hang out. And I think Gasparilla is a vibe on the boats, from what I heard.
It is. I heard.
It's crazy on the boats. I don't know if you'd want to be out there. It's a bit of a madhouse with being on the boats, and it's not just you, right? Like you can control your boat, but you can't control all the other boats that are around.
Right.
Did it one year on a boat before the parade started. That was fine, but I think being on the land is maybe a little bit safer. You know what I mean?
No doubt.
No, we'll definitely do that. And well, let's get into the show. We'll talk about the Gasparilla Bowl before Cam Jackson comes on.
For sure. One time for the great folks at Brown Insurance and Financial Services. Anything you may need insured, from the Panhandle to the Keys, my man Greg can take care of you. Life insurance, house insurance, car insurance. If you got a boat, motorcycle, anything that could be insured, Greg can take care of you. Give him a call at 954-589-2204 or visit browninsurance.com. It's absolutely free to get a quote. I'm pretty sure Greg can save you some money. He saved me some money with my homeowner's insurance. So, Greg, what it do, baby?
Greg, what it do,
Greg.
Baby?
Get well, Greg. I seen you tweeted a picture in the hospital bed, my guy. Get well, man.
Yeah, get well, man. There it is. Breakout, another 1,000 for a boat. And let's see. I was in the Coast Guard for Gasparilla in Tampa. It's nuts. It sure is. All right, guys. So let's get in. Speaking of Gasparilla, unrelated to the event that happens at the end of January in Tampa, the Gasparilla Bowl, which takes place at Raymond James Stadium on the 20th of December at 3:30 p.m. It will be the lead-in game, I believe, for the Indiana game for the college football playoff. But the Gators will be playing Tulane. The Golden Way are Tulane, and they are a former SEC founding member. So they have, multiple, the Green Wave. Sorry. They have multiple SEC championships in their past, but a bit of a portal day for Tulane. Their starting quarterback, one of their backup quarterbacks, goes into the portal today. But ultimately, the Gators do get the Gasparilla Bowl. Probably not the bowl that we talked about on the show. In fact, Corey, I think on the live stream on Saturday, we even said the Gasparilla Bowl was not the bowl we were looking forward to or even going to talk about, because we didn't think that was going to be a possibility. But I think Alabama not making it and the way things shook out, the Gators ultimately do end up in the Gasparilla Bowl. So, boys, your thoughts?
First of all, I'll lie about anything. So, Gasparilla Bowl is a great bowl for us, man. I think it's a good opportunity for the team. Just more practices. I wish we would have had a bowl in the new year. That way, the freshmen that are coming in early and rolling, they get some reps. But for a team that has been bowlers for like the last 4 years or so, just an opportunity for us to get more practices. Add to the momentum of this season, get another win. Hopefully, probably in rank. That's a probability. That's out there. But we should win this game. I think the spread is like 11.5 or something that it opened up at. Should probably get
13.5.
13? Yeah, I would lay bets on that right now if I was y'all boys, man. But it's a good opportunity just to get better, man.
Yeah, no, the Gators did play in the Las Vegas Bowl against Oregon State in 2022. That was obviously an ugly game in Billy Napier's first year. The Gators don't make one last year, do make the Gasparilla Bowl this year. Chris is here saying that Tampa's dirty as hell. That's incorrect. That is absolutely incorrect. Bunch of lot lizards and bums. They don't have either one of those issues of it being dirty or having bums everywhere. They have a lot of rules against it, as a matter of fact. But I wouldn't imagine Chris Sorley's going to make it to Tampa for the Gasparilla Bowl anyway. That would keep him from commenting on every Gators podcast that's happening live. Nick, what are your thoughts, bud?
Yeah, I think Bama getting left out of the playoff kind of knocked Florida down a peg from the, I think, ReliaQuest. I know the Gator Bowl really wanted Florida. The ReliaQuest Bowl really wanted Florida. I don't know that any Florida or Michigan fan would have been excited to see Florida and Michigan play again.
Yeah.
So it's crazy. Florida's played in like the last 10 years. Florida has played Michigan more than they played Auburn.
Wow. That's that.
Yeah. And it would have been a fun game. I think, Michigan's – it would have been a bigger win, I think, for Florida over Michigan because it's the defending champion. But Michigan's offense stinks. Like, they stink.
Yeah,
I think that would have been a big win for Florida. I'm glad we avoided the Birmingham Bowl. Jordan, did you play in the Birmingham Bowl, or was it before you?
That was before me. I was on Adam Lane shit itself.
Yeah. The Birmingham Bowl is terrible. Like I even talking to the guys, and the guys were like
trash watching it. Honestly,
yeah, the guys were like they didn't have stuff like set up for them. Like because the bowl game, I think the bowls have become devalued with the playoff. Like who cares about these bowl games now? But like for the players, you get that new Nike swag comes in.
New gifts, a whole bunch of money, gift cards, Amazon. You gonna get some stuff now.
You got per diem now. They're feeding you 3 times a day, and you got food per diem.
Right. And it might be a little bit different. Their gifts may be a little bit more than my day, but we used to get $300 gift cards at Amazon. I think that was like one of the first times I really shopped on Amazon when I got like that gift card from the bowl game. I'm like, yo, what is this? Like everything on this website.
Jordan's like, what's Amazon?
No, I had no clue. I had no clue, bro.
I got a question that the audience and I'm pretty sure I want to know this. And I'm pretty sure the audience. What did the locker room say when Adam Lane shit his pants though?
Oh, I don't know.
He wasn't there.
Yeah, you weren't there. Year before you got there.
I'm sure it was kind of him because he was one of those guys to where he was a quiet dude, but like everybody liked him. Like he was liked around the locker room. He really had no beef with nobody. Like so, everybody was his boy. So I'm sure everybody was clowning him on some funny stuff.
Yeah.
I couldn't deny that.
He was a little bowling ball.
Yeah, for sure. I did I think I did my first semester with him when he was still there. Literally, the dude used to come inside the meeting room. Obviously, at this point, he kind of knew his job was like kind of lost because he was battling with it for KT as well as like 2 freshmen coming in who were 4 stars. So he kind of knew like he was about to get up out of there. So he's coming in the meeting room every day, towel over his head, sleep. Like coach is like, yo, are you like even gonna like try to stay up in here? He's like, yeah, I got you. As soon as he turned his head, But he
Were you on the Orange Bowl team with Mullen?
Yeah.
That
Peach Bowl.
Peach Bowl. Orange Bowl, not the Peach Bowl. The Peach Bowl was the year after.
Yeah, Peach Bowl was the year after. That's when they played.
So they do open locker rooms, and the guys like don't have the locker room is like their sacred space. And then when you go to these big bowl games, all of a sudden the media's in the locker room.
I never get that, bro. I can't lie. We could talk about that another time, but yeah.
I'll tell you what, the smell in the Orange Bowl locker room after beating Virginia, I think it was as hazy as it was in Tallahassee, but it smelled a little different.
Oh, Lord. I wouldn't doubt it. I would not doubt it.
I had sweet tickets at that game. I was actually at that bowl game. We tailgated, hung out a little bit. I like that stadium down south. Hard Rock is actually nice for like a pro stadium, even though Miami rents it, but it's actually nice. So, man, we got up out of there with a win, but it was sketchy for a minute.
Once they did those renovations, it was real good.
Yeah.
Yeah, but overall, man, I think going to the Gasparilla Bowl is going to be good for us. We're kind of close to home. It's not too far of a drive for us as Gainesville guys to head right up the road. And a lot of your family
should pack it out.
Yeah, but a lot of our family I know when I played in Tampa, a lot of my family got to come to the Outback Bowl. Like, it was a great time. My family literally came over there a few days before we played. They got to see me at the hotel. I got to kind of bring them around, like, all the good stuff that I was enjoying. So it'll definitely be good for the guys to kind of make it feel like a home game, essentially. So I'm kind of glad for the Gasparilla Bowl in that regards. And as well as, like, you just kind of get to feel like you're still working, but you're still kind of, like, on a business trip at the same time. And, like, I feel like they're going to lock in because they want to, like, not defend their turf in a sense, but, like, you got another team coming from another state to come down here and play you. So, you know, on top of winning the bowl game, you just want to feel like you're going to make the fans proud kind of deal because you know it's going to be a majority of Gator fans because, like, that's what we do. So I think they're going to come out and perform a good game overall just off of the strength of that.
Yeah, no,
the home game.
Yeah, the only thing that is, you know, a little unfortunate is that the game is at 3:30. It is on a Friday before a big holiday week, right? So I don't imagine this is going to be the most attended bowl game that you would imagine as a fan base. But I do think that there's, you know, a huge contingent of Gator fans, both in the Tampa area. Obviously, if you're in the Orlando area or Sarasota, Fort Myers, it's an easy drive over as well. So I still imagine a pretty large crowd, although certainly the ReliaQuest Bowl would have, you know, probably been significantly bigger.
100%.
Yeah, no doubt. And the players get to get home for Christmas as well.
Right.
That's good.
Yeah, that's good.
Good thing for them. We had the live stream, and I know that's one of the things that DeAndre was talking about. Like, he definitely probably excited because he was talking about having something before Christmas or something not around New Year's because he wanted to get home to family. But it should be a fairly easy win. I don't think this should be. And I just wonder how many. Nick, do you know how many practices they're going to actually have? I know Napier spoke on that for a little bit.
Yeah, he said, like, listen, they're not. He's like, we're not going to do 15. Like, maybe if they played on, like, January 4th. But the rules are a lot different now. Like, the coaches can be on the field with the guys for certain periods during the summer. So I think you really wanted to take advantage of those 15 practices when you couldn't. Like, before a coach could coach, like, be on the grass for spring, summer camp, fall camp, and then season, and that was it. And now there's a bunch of different times when they can do some stuff and run practice, stuff like that. So, I mean, the game is in 11 days. They're doing exit meetings right now. This is like just a guess, 7.
Right. Sounds about
7.
right.
7 practices, and that might be a 1 or 2 walkthroughs.
Yeah, I'm about to say maybe even 3 walkthroughs. Give them a
Like the team's banged up now. Even like the young guys, like the team's banged up. This is more of just like a, hey, good job, you made the bowl game. Here's like a nice trip to Tampa for you. We're gonna take it easy. We're gonna take it serious, but we're not trying to have like Bloody Tuesday, Bloody Wednesday to get ready for a bowl game. It's just kind of the nature of what it is. Like, you don't even have 50, you can't run 2 a day, so like there's no way you can get 15 practices in. You found out on the 8th that you were playing on the 20th. So there's not even 15 days in between you finding out when you're playing, where you're playing, and the actual game. So 15 is never going to happen. Maybe 7.
Yeah,
I think
like
a sign of good culture is how many players that didn't opt out. Like in this day of college football, where so many players are opting out, getting draft ready. All of our seniors, they put out them tweets fairly early saying like the Elijah Badgers, the Triquez Bridges, all those guys, Jackson, they all tweeted that they were gonna pull up and play in this game. So just a good sign of good culture at UF right now.
definitely.
Yeah, we'll talk to Cam about that. I talked to him last week about his decision to come back, but 100%, and that's kind of something I remember. Like week 2 or week 3, they had the GOAT Nick Saban questioning the culture in the locker room, and then 5 weeks later, Nick Saban had done like a 180, and it's like, hey man, like these guys are playing hard for Billy. Like this culture is good, and I think it's taken a while to get to that point, get to this point. But yeah, I think you're spot on. Guys like Cam playing the bowl game, Elijah playing the bowl game. I'm sure Chim will play the bowl game. Guys like Caleb Banks coming back for their senior year, and we'll still wait on like Slaughter, Barber, Tyreek Sapp, guys like that. But I think you're going to see a lot of guys buying into the program, and you'll see that in the coming weeks.
100%.
Yeah, I feel Nick on that. I think we'll have a lot of returning seniors. I feel like they'll want to kind of make a playoff run to make that natty run. I feel like they can feel that vibes in the locker room to where it's a high possibility that we can be contenders next year. So I wouldn't be surprised if a lot of the seniors come back and play, as well as like just showing the culture of all the guys who are going to the draft, potential draft picks, or putting their bodies on the line and just, do it one more time for the Gator boys. So I like that, man, that they building that culture over there. It's like, at the end of the day, you love football, man. If you love football and like this is what you really want to do, you shouldn't be opting out of a game. Like I never forget when I started seeing that, like in the early years of people like missing the bowl game due to like wanting to make sure you don't get hurt. Like I know coaches in the NFL looking at that like, what? Like you don't want to play?
Interesting you say that, Jordan. I remember somebody that wore 25 didn't stick around for their senior year.
Oh, that was
With no
what happened was
I just got to do what I got to do sometimes.
Yeah.
That was looking right for me to get up out of there, so I just had to do my thing.
Well, we've got Cam Jackson waiting for us in the green room here. Somebody did ask about tickets, so we'll put that on there. The Gators are going to be on the home sideline, which is tickets right now are for sale. They're anywhere from, $120 a ticket all the way to, I think, $50 a ticket in kind of the corners there. So just know to buy it on the east side of the stadium. If you are looking to buy tickets, they're still available on Ticketmaster. So that $50 will probably set you back probably about $75 after fees and everything else. But know that they're there. There will be a resale market for them as well. But go check that out. Just make sure that if you're buying tickets and looking to be on the Gator side, that you buy it on the east side of the stadium for the Gators. So good luck to everybody that's going to be there, or I hope you have a good time. Not good luck. The weather should be great. Should be a good, enjoyable matchup. And then obviously we'll be there as well. And we'll give you guys some more details about what that might look like. Before we welcome Cam Jackson on, we do want to give a quick shout out to our friends over at Home Field Apparel. Go visit homefieldapparel.com. Use promo code Stadium and Gale if you are looking for gifts for the Christmas or Hanukkah holidays. No better place to go get some old vintage logos with incredibly soft cotton and everything else that you might want in a t-shirt. They also have the pullover jackets. They've got the starter jacket looking things. Go check them out. Really great product, hats, everything that you might want. So again, homefieldapparel.com, promo code Stadium and Gale for 15% off.
Nick, you keep
With
showing
that
that jersey, and my DMs is crazy with people saying they can't find it on their website, bro. Stop showing that on here. I got like 50 people in my DMs saying, "Hey, that jersey Nick keeps showing is not on the website."
Yeah, bro, it's sold out. If you didn't have your money right when it was ready, then your money wasn't right. But we got it now.
Gotta get that paint right, man.
Well, with that, we welcome Florida Gator defensive tackle Cam Jackson. Cam, welcome to the show, my friend.
Appreciate y'all. Appreciate it.
What up?
Thanks for pulling up, my guy.
Oh, yeah. Sure.
Cam, we appreciate you. Absolutely. Great couple years in the orange and blue. Cam, talk to us a little bit about the season, man. Kind of, you guys went through some ups and downs over the last couple of years, but ended up on a great winning streak to end the season. And obviously you guys are going to be heading down to Tampa here in the next couple of weeks to play in the Gasparilla Bowl. But talk to us a little bit about your season.
Like you said, it was a few up and downs, Miami game, I think that's really where it started. After that ain't go right. Came back and played Sanford 1-1, then came up short against A&M. Then I think we had a bye week after that. So I really say probably after that A&M game, that's where we really started clicking after that bye week versus Tennessee, then going into Kentucky and Georgia. So and then I say really just holding each other to a standard for real.
What was that bye week like? Because we keep talking about it. We haven't gotten the details yet, but whatever y'all did that bye week, they need to like bottle it and sell it. Was it just kind of like look in the mirror, look at the guy next to me, like, hey, listen, what we put on film is who we are, and what we've put on film the first 4 weeks is not who we think we can be and who we are. Was it that simple? Just like man to man, look each other in the eye and be like, listen, we can't keep doing this.
Yeah, that's really what it was. Like I said, just holding each other to a standard. The leaders, the leaders spoke up, and like you said, we just looked each other in the face. We knew we couldn't keep cause that wasn't our level of play. Like we don't never underestimate teams, but we knew we weren't playing to the best level we were supposed to be playing at.
Right. I like that. I want to ask her. I've been dying to ask her like a transfer, and I regret it when I got off of with Caleb Banks. Yeah. What was the transfer portal recruiting process like? I think these guys, the coaching staff, do a good job of evaluating and finding right guys to fit their style, their system, their culture. What was that like for the staff when they reached out to you the entire process?
It was good because I was at Memphis, so I think they looked at me like I was already built like an SEC defensive lineman over there in Memphis, and when they reached out, just told me to come over here, I think Javon Dexter was leaving, and it was basically like, okay, he's leaving, so let me come in and come be the leader and come take over now. So it was really interesting because I had mostly every school in the SEC hit me up when I had hit the portal.
Right.
And I don't know if you remember, I talked to Cam like last week, and we talked on the phone with Florida Victorious. But Cam, I told him I remember the day he committed. He got on like Periscope or on like Twitter Live, and there were like 1,000 people there, and he was like, "Dog, I think I broke the internet." Whoever your partner was in the apartment with you, you're like, "Yo, I think I broke the internet." And then I look at your thing, and when you said you came back, and there's like 200,000 impressions on that, and just what has Gator Nation done for you, the way that they've embraced you and your family these last 2 years?
Like I said on the phone, they brought me in and brought my family in, and it really just turned into a whole big family. Every time somebody see me, they show love. So just being around that, knowing that when it is time for me to, go prepare for the draft and all that, and me just being able to come back and knowing that I'm still going to get that same love that I got when I played here. So that embraced me and my family a lot.
I think a content idea while you draft prep, maybe we can get you and Dan racing in a 40.
Yeah.
We'll see who's got the quicker 10.
I like Cam.
Come on.
I'm going Cam. I got Cam too.
Come on.
Don't sleep now. Don't boy got to let
don't sleep on Cam.
Yeah, that get off real.
Get off is definitely real.
Bunch of haterade over here.
Man, I got one question for you, Cam, though, man. I just want to kind of get a Coach's Day flowers as well as just hear your perspective on everything. I know you got Brandon Spikes out there, a former Gator who did a lot of good things for the program, as well as Mike Peterson. I was there with Mike Peterson. I was playing. I know he was a big voice in the weight room and in the locker room as far as just preparing us mentally to be able to kind of put our best foot forward to play a good game and be. I know to the defense especially, he should tell them boys how to play, like not specifically how to play, but like how to have relentless effort and kind of just always have that fight in you because you in that orange and blue. you can just speak a little bit on how the coaches kind of gave their flowers to you and kind of instilling in you the Gator code of how we do things, etc. on defense. Because I know y'all boys picked it up a lot on defense this year, man. Y'all made me proud towards the back end of the season. So
100%.
if you got anything to say on that?
Like you said, Mike P, B Spike, former Gators who played here, just being around them every day and them just, talking to us about the standard, like how it was when they played. So,
right.
Like me and Tyreek Sapp, like, cause Sapp always talking to me like about, how it was.
Well,
so like just being able like to be around people like B Spike, Mike Pete, Tyreek Sapp, and all them guys. Sapp been here for like 3 years, I think, going on 4. So just being able to be in this culture, dog, and seeing and going back and watching the Netflix show, Swamp Kings, that really inspired me a lot. Like, especially going to my senior season, I'm like, okay, like, like they were turned up. Like, so I'm like, we got to be on defense. Like, and
for sure.
I feel like that Tennessee game, that's really how we, we started turning it up for real, and it just went on from there.
For sure, man. Y'all boys definitely made y'all history, man. Y'all made y'all mark in the Gator Nation for sure, man. Y'all stepped it up big time this year on defense.
One thing, go ahead, Corey.
No, you go ahead.
One thing from talking to you, and I talked to Caleb today about his decision to come back. Both of you guys mentioned DJ, and that Sanford game, ESPN showed like a clip of him, and it was like y'all right before you hadn't like put your pads on yet. It was like the first warm up. And like he's talking, and like everyone was just like glued on him. And I was like, all right, that's impressive. This is a 19-year-old kid. I know it's Sanford, but like he's got everyone's attention. What is it about DJ that you think gets even the older guys like yourself, like Caleb, to buy in?
Like I said, DJ, he's a leader. He's special. He also a humble kid, and I feel like everybody on the team has a lot of respect for him. Like when DJ put the pads on, like I ain't never seen him act like the way he do, like when he put the pads on. Like when he got them off, he cool, he chill, but you can tell like when he got like when he got the pads on, like it's time to lock in, like it's business to him. Like he can play around and like we'll be out there clowning with each other at practice, but when it's time to lock in, like he locked in, and that's another thing I really love about DJ. And like I said, I'm gonna miss playing with him, and I was really honored to get to play with him this year. I remember before the Sanford game, I went I think I was like the first person to go to him and tell him, bro, like we with you right or wrong, like no matter what the outcome is, and we gonna rally around you. And I think he took that and he showed what he can do. When Graham went down against Tennessee, he came in Tennessee and tied the game up. You don't really see too many freshmen doing it, especially with that type of pressure on them. Like you playing against, the number 7 ranked team in the country, and you just tied the game up. And then not only that, you come back out there against Georgia and pretend if you really, and if he don't get hurt, games probably, it's probably a different outcome.
You saying it right. That shit was
beating that. We beat them boys that here and
so,
go down.
So really, I look at it like DJ, bro. Like he lock in with his business, and like I said, like that kid gonna be special, and I'm ready to see like what the future holds for him.
Speaking of that Georgia game, what was the locker room? What was y'all pre-game, just energy, mindset? Like, what was y'all speaking about with we about to face Etienne, the guy that transferred? So, and I know there was some rumors, or you put out there that his mom had texted everybody, a little bit after that game. But what was y'all mindset going into that game with facing a guy that transferred to a rival?
Like I tell people, I don't really got no problem with Trevor or whatever. Like we had words before the game for sure, but he's still a kid from Louisiana. So, like when I had tweeted that I was proud of him, I guess that made like a few people mad. But other than that, just going against him, like he knew what it was before we played though, like. Cause I remember me and him had jumped on the phone probably like a week before the game, and I was telling him like, "Hey, bro, like when we touched the field, saying like it ain't no friends, ain't none of that." And I think when the first play they tried to run the ball with him, and we all we had tackled him, and that's when Caleb went in there and did what he did. And
What'd he do?
yeah, with the mouthpiece. He
took the mouthpiece. Okay.
And everybody thought that was me, but I kept telling them that wasn't me.
I'm telling you, listen, the old people, when we're in the press box, 88 and 99, my eyes I thought were good, but like depending on what's happening, I'm like, oh, I think that's Cam Sack, and like Caleb gets up. I'm like,
so
just getting old, man.
So I really say with that though, it's a rivalry. Like I got I really say because like I said, we don't underestimate nobody, but when they come to Georgia, like we don't like them, they don't like us, so it is what it is. But Trell, I think he knew what it was before we played him though.
Yeah, he did.
Cam, I want to run a play real quick because
don't do it, Nick. That's how we get copyright strikes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'll ask you to play then.
Yeah,
so we don't get a copyright strike. Emory Williams, I think you said he had some words for you last year. Play happens. I can't remember who did you get the Garrett Nussmeier fumbles it. Emory all of a sudden has the ball.
Yeah,
and it's a big boy running, an offensive lineman running with the football. He's probably happy, thinking this is the best thing that's ever happened. You come out of nowhere. What's going through your mind? Seeing this dude who had already talked smack to you, you're having words with him on the game, and now you're like, hey, man, this is a free shot.
So the clear that was Caleb who actually did that.
Oh, okay.
So
see, that's my eyes, 88-99.
So on that play, I guess him and Caleb had words last. Well, I mean, me and him, we had a few words out there, but I wasn't out there on that play. So I guess Caleb, he came to me and he said, and I went back and watched the film and I zoomed in so as you see Caleb as he picked the ball up, Caleb literally poked his head and you can see his eyes get big as he seen who had the ball, and that's when he hit him and picked the ball. I thought he was gonna score, but they jumped on him soon as he picked the ball up. But that was Caleb who did that.
Right. That's me, my 88-99. What has that game meant for you though? Being from Louisiana, what have those two matchups against LSU meant to you?
Last year I really wanted to beat them at home for sure. But I mean, like I said, I'm gonna give respect to Jaden Daniels. He came out there, he did what he did last year.
He's doing it on Sundays now.
Yeah, he's also doing it on Sunday, so I got the most respect for him. But I feel like this year, we was at the crib and I think they've been winning 5 years straight. Mm-hmm. So I think this game meant a lot to me because me being from Louisiana, then I was committed there, but stuff ain't go how I was supposed to go with them, and me and us just being able to beat them that meant a lot.
Right.
I ain't gonna. I was happy.
I already know you was happy right there. Yeah. Speaking on the line tip though, sorry about that.
No, go ahead.
Hear how you feel about the rotation wise. I know Coach be some of y'all in and out a lot. So I just want to hear your perspective on how you feel about the way the rotation go, and do you think it's beneficial to y'all as far as fresh legs in there, how that go?
I say it's real beneficial for real, cause I can go you got me, I can go, and then say if it's a 4th and 1, you can bring in me, Dez, and Mekhi Burrow, or if not, you can sub me out, put Dez in, or you can take Caleb out, put
Right.
So it's I feel like it's good for us instead of us getting burnt out the whole game.
Exactly.
We can sub in and get fresh legs in there, and then let them wear that O-line down for a little while. Then we come back in and wear them out. So I feel like it's good for us if you ask me.
Yeah, 100%. Y'all definitely got so much depth, man. A lot of y'all can go in there and there's really no drop off the D-line. All y'all boys really going.
Yeah,
Kim,
a huge difference. Go ahead, man.
No, I want to ask you a question. We had DeAndre Robinson on our show on Saturday, and obviously he only worked under Coach Chapman. What was the difference between Chapman and Coach Spencer from a coaching perspective and the last, change over the last year?
So I only had Coach Spence for a year. So but just being under him, he taught me a lot too. Before that little situation happened with him going to A&M, but just being under him, like, and coming and getting that knowledge from him, then with Chapman coming in and getting that knowledge from him, like, I feel like if you put it all together, things move slow for real. Like, it ain't moving as fast as you think it would be. So just getting knowledge from both of them and learning from them too, and getting ready to take it, like, to go prepare for the NFL and all that. I feel like that was great. Like, that was good for me, especially with two coaches who done been there and done it.
Yeah. I've got a question. I don't know if you can answer, but I'm going to ask anyway. For defensive, for play calls, are those coming from up top, from Ron Roberts? Are they coming from the field, from Austin Armstrong, or how are plays getting relayed to you guys?
I really don't know, to be honest.
I
just look at who calling them and I just go.
That's the way to do it, big dog. Keep the main thing the main thing.
Was there a discussion during that bye week about like simplifying the defense, or some rumors going around about that kind of meeting with the defensive coordinator? Was any of that happening or
not that I know of, bro.
That's
Shoot
what's
your
up,
shot,
man.
Shoot your
right,
shot.
you got to shoot a shot, right? I mean,
You got to. Them the ones that get people writing about them a little bit on the website. So I ain't mad at that shot. But what was said pregame wise? I'm gonna tell you, like, leading up to the Florida State game, right? Like, the whole season, one of my gripes with Billy Napier is like, was us being up for the rivalry game. Like, it just, in the past, it just seemed like we didn't have that edge, like, especially in the Miami game. It didn't feel like we was like up for it a little bit. So I was watching for that. I knew we was gonna beat Florida State regardless, but I wanted to see if this team get a little attitude and a little swagger about themselves. Pre-game, I seen you going crazy and talking to some Florida State players. I was like, I tweeted out, I said, "Oh yeah, we with the shits a little bit here today. Yeah, we with it." So who were you talking to, and what was that about pregame?
I was talking to, so y'all know the play where DJ broke the tackle from the D lineman.
Oh yeah, that was wow.
Yeah, that's who I was talking to.
Okay.
You probably had to circle back to him after that play, like, "Hey man, you gotta hit the weight room."
So we were walking, me, Dez, and Makai, we walking around, like how we usually do on pregame, just walking around, and cause they tried to walk through our drill the first time, but we made one of the dudes like go around the drill, cause we were like, nah, like that ain't going. So us being college kids, rivalry, we walked through their drill. So we walked through there, and number 6, like, instead of him like saying something like to me and Dez, he tried to say something like to Makai. He tried to go at the freshman. So that that's what like triggered me. Like, that's why I was like,
you went big brother on him.
That's why I was like, like, it sound good, like that sound good.
Yeah, it sound good. Yeah.
And then that's when that happened.
And then the melee at the end of the game, man, you took one of their offensive linemen and kind of threw him into the transfer portal and baptized him a little bit there, man. What was that like? Just post game? What was that whole thing like, bro? Because we haven't got a lot of rivalry wins. So what that felt like, man?
Man, for real, I ain't gonna sit here and lie. Me and Jack Pyburn, we kept talking about, we're like, hey, like, we win the game, we're gonna plant the flag. Like, we're gonna plant the flag. So I think Jack grabbed it, like it's like fourth quarter, like a minute left. I look at Jack, he got the flag, like he ready to run out there. So I'm like, hey Jack, like, like we planted the flag now. Like, it's probably gonna be a fight, bro.
Oh, that's a
fact. But I'm like, hey, if you do it, we ride behind you. So hey, but when we did that, he like dude ran in and he was like trying to grab the flag, like he was trying to grab it and break it.
Oh no!
So I'm like, nah, like I can't let him break the flag. So that's when I, grabbed him and threw him, and my uncle then recorded it and something in the family group chat and everything.
That's lit right there. Yeah.
Cam, you know he's in the transfer portal now. That kid.
Oh yeah, I seen them talking about.
Well,
it.
yeah,
Like,
no, he knows because Cam threw him in there.
Yeah, I seen it on Twitter today. They were tagging me in, and people like I seen so many people requote it. Like I just was laughing. I was actually telling my girlfriend about it. She started laughing.
Hey,
Cam,
is
Cam
Jack?
was like, hey man, you might want to try like the Mac or something. This big boy football might not be for you.
Hey, is Jack Pyburn as crazy as he seems on the sideline or on the field?
Jack, yeah, that's my dog though. I ain't like Jack.
Yeah.
Jack, he bring that energy. Like
He look like he eat nails for breakfast.
like that's my dog. like Jack, like I ain't gonna lie to y'all. Before we played Florida State, Jack told me like, "Hey, I want you to be on the hottest, dumbest stuff you ever been on."
Baby.
Hey, I'm looking at him like, dog, like you want me to get a flag or something? Like, I can't get a flag. He looked at me, he said, "You don't gotta get a flag. I just want you to be on the hottest, dumbest." I said, "You don't even gotta tell me no more. I got you."
Yeah, Jack.
I
Jack,
seen when
like,
Pyburn
off
got
the
that
field-
flag. Nobody ran that Jack when he was planting the flag. They ran at Gums, but nobody ran Jack's way, bro.
Yeah, they. I don't even think they thought about running Jack way for real.
They saw George do it, and then they were like, "Damn, someone else got." No, you know what? Like, he can do that. let him hang out with the flag. He's all right.
Yeah, man.
What is a lot of guys talk about, when you go somewhere, whether you come in as a freshman or you come in from the transfer portal, I want to leave the place better than when I got here. Obviously, you picked Florida, and they were coming off, a losing season when you showed up. Do you feel like, especially with this last run and a chance to get your 8th win against Tulane, do you feel like your class, whether it's you, Graham, or even younger guys, or guys who have been there for 4 years, do you think you guys are leaving this program better than when you got here?
Yeah, and I ain't really just gonna say my class. I'm gonna say the whole, the coaching staff too. Like it's like Jordan was saying. Like I'm gonna get them they flowers, and the fans as well. Because if it wasn't for them, like we wouldn't. I don't think we would be in this position that we in right now. So, so the young guys, like they play. Everybody got a role, on this team, and it don't like Coach Napier. I always tell her it don't matter if you the strength coach, the janitor, like you got a role, and everybody got to play their role. And I feel like everybody played a role for us to get where we at today. And I say just for the young guys, DJ, Jaden Bogg, all them guys. Like I said, I'm just ready to see them guys achieve everything that they want, and they showed it a lot. Like every time I go back and watch the game on YouTube, like they say, this is the first time Florida has ever had a true freshman quarterback and true freshman running back in the backfield. So, and if you ask me, like I feel like them guys gonna be. They're gonna be the next big thing in college football for the past few years. Like I was telling one of my homeboys yesterday. I was like, bro, you called me crazy, but I feel like I feel like Lagway gonna go for Heisman next year. These past few years, like that's how I feel. He's doing things that Heisman draft first round quarterbacks are doing right now. And he's only 18, 19 years old. So I feel like that kid gonna go for Heisman. He long as he just stay humble, he keep doing what he doing, and just keep being the leader that I know he can be. He gonna take this team far.
You're gonna come back with your grandkids and say, "Hey, you see that statue? I played with him."
No, facts, and I'm ready. Like I said, I really hope that kid. I hope he achieve everything he want. Like next year, year after, whatever. But I want DJ Lagway to get Heisman and bring it to Florida.
I got one more question for you. He was named All SEC today. What Jake Slaughter is legitimately like the nicest guy you will meet off the field, but you can't be that nice on the field. What's it like when you guys go good versus good, ones versus ones, your face mask, you have to smell what he had for lunch at practice. What's it like going up against Jake Slaughter in practice?
That's my dog. Going against Jake. If you really want to be honest, I feel like Jake pushed me to my limits this season. Jake always come up to me when we in pregame, like before we finna go back in the locker room. Jake would come up to me like, "Hey, it's me and you 9-9." Like, hey, like, you know, it started in the trenches. I look at him like, yeah, like, you know, like all we gotta do is do what we've been doing, dog. Like, be aggressive, cause like I tell Jake, bro, like I don't see nobody like in this conference in the country messing with him, and I'm glad that he got our SEC. Proud of him. You know, hopefully whatever decision he make, I'ma rock with it. And like I said, he gonna make whoever come, like, you know, like I said, if he decides to come back, if he decides to leave, if he do decide to come back, whoever comes in front of him, he gonna make him, like, he gonna bring that beast up out of him. And if he do decide to leave, he gets to the league, he gonna be a dog.
Buddy, DJ needs to be taking Jake out to Embers 3-4 times a week.
For sure.
Just keep your center happy. But Jake is like nice to the point where I think if he pancakes someone, he might like pick him up off the field. Like Jake's a nice dude.
Facts.
Great football player.
No, he is.
What would you tell a guy like Keyshawn Silver that's maybe in the transfer portal, as a guy we're trying to recruit right now, defensive tackle out there at Kentucky? What would you tell a guy that was in a similar situation that you was in?
I tell him, bro, for one, just pray to God about it, you know, pray about this situation, because I mean, a lot of people thought that I wouldn't be in the position I am right now. And I try to tell like the younger kids, like, chase your dream, because they said I couldn't do it, but I'm like, you know, but my mom and my grandma always tell me, like, don't ever try to prove nobody wrong. Like, if anything, you know, keep doing what you're doing and keep God first, and the rest just going, you know, it's just gonna go. So, I say for Keyshawn, like I said, just pray about that situation, and you know, Florida, we waiting on you, dog. So come on, Florida, come join Florida, dog. They waiting on you.
Yeah, it's a good quote, man. I've heard the phrase, don't try to prove others wrong, try to prove yourself right. So it seems like you have that mentality. So you're going to play in the bowl game here in Tampa, and then obviously go and get prepared for the NFL draft. Have you kind of heard where teams might be selecting you, kind of what round, what your plan is for getting ready for the potentially the combine and for the NFL draft?
I talked to my agency, and right now they got me listed as a day 2 guy, and I'm just you know, go out, like you said, go out here, get prepared for the bowl, for the Senior Bowl and all that after the bowl game, and go out here and do what I do in the Senior Bowl, and potentially, hopefully, you know, pray I move up to that first day. But hey, long as I get drafted and be able to take care of my family, that's all.
Let's go.
What do you have plan wise in terms of after the bowl game? Where are you going to train here in Gainesville? You're going to go somewhere else to train to get ready?
I'm gonna be training at Frisco, Texas. Then by the time pro day start coming back around, I'm gonna head back down this way.
Okay.
Yeah, it's gonna be a big last pro day last year. I was like, man, Ricky's not doing anything. I was like, this is a kind of a light pro day. This year, pro day is gonna be packed.
It's about to be the longest year of your life, boy. Let me prepare you.
Man.
Oh, hey. So Jordan left early, went in the draft. He's front and running with his Lions gear. I know he played for my Miami Dolphins. Not wearing our Dolphins gear.
I pick my days.
Hey, tell Cam a little bit about what to expect, because you went through this, Jordan.
Yeah, man, definitely, man. It's about to be one of the longest years of your life, brother. You just finished a long season. You being a real man and going through the bowl game and fighting it out with your brothers one last ride. I love that. I respect that.
Yeah.
But just knowing what's coming next, brother. You're going to have draft prep. Once you do the combine, you get drafted somewhere, then you're going to be all over the place. Then you got to go into training camp. You just jumped off of training as hard as you can to meet the numbers you want to meet to kind of be prepared to kind of boost your draft stock. And then you're going into training camp and competing for a starting job, fighting against grown men to a whole long NFL season, and then you could chill out after that. So it's about to be a lot back to back, but just enjoy the process, man. Yeah. It goes by so fast, brother. So take everything and, like, really just soak it all up, bro. Like, do your best when you go to the combine, get around coaches, be friendly, bro, talk. Like, they love people who are sellable. Like, the NFL is getting more and more as a business as the years go on. So if you can show these people that you really, like, likable and a people's person, that's good. And, like, as far as the Senior Bowl and shit, I didn't go to a Senior Bowl because I left early, but I had friends who went there and, like, certain things they said that separated them. They said they was on the field after the practice, just going through the little sled, hitting the sled a couple times before they get off the field. Like, you're going to have all the scouts out there, bro. So I would just suggest showing them boys that you're willing to put in the extra work regardless of where you at. Like, that separates you. Scouts going to look at that like, that's the guy I want to have on in my organization because he's at a Senior Bowl hitting the sled 15 times before he walks off the field. You feel me? Like, that type of shit will boost your start from day 2 to shit. We may take his ass first day. You feel me? Like,
I'll tell you that's real talk because 1 year I was out there and Derek Carr was out there with a receiver after practice, and they threw routes on the air for 30 minutes after every practice. The advice I'll give you is they are watching you. They might have a camera in your hotel room. They are watching you. They are judging everything you do that whole week. And those meetings that you have.
Bro. Show up early on time. Be on time to everything. Don't be afraid to stay late and just ask Coach dumbass questions, bro. Even if you have no questions, think of some shit like, Coach, what's going on in this front? Like, man, just talk ball. But much as you can, just try to surround yourself and soak up all the football knowledge you can because you're around great people. You're going to be around great coaches. Just show them boys that you love the game, bro. And that's going to pay dividends on your career. I promise you.
Hey, man, I know you got a haircut situation going on. I appreciate you pulling up and hanging out with us, man. It's been a pleasure. You one of those dudes that came. It's hard in this era of football, bro. Like, everybody don't bleed and everybody ain't, these college players that we grew up watching, the diehard players like that, man. But you embrace Gator football, you embrace Gator culture, and you one of them guys, man. And to this whole switch and this whole change to this regime, you're a big part of that, bro. And I appreciate you being a Gator, my dude.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Boy.
100.
Big 9-9. We'll see you down in Tampa.
Oh, yeah, for sure. I can't wait to see y'all.
But before we leave, Cam, I just want to read this to you. I'm sure you can read it, but it says, Cam, you're my 4-year-old son's favorite player. He's the one that gets handed down to you to get a pick after the game. So, Garrett, you're a special guy to Garrett and his son.
Yeah. I appreciate that.
Cam love the kids.
No, facts.
All right, brother. We'll see you in Tampa in a couple days.
All right, y'all.
All right, brother. Appreciate you.
Big 99. That's gonna be a hot number. We were talking to DeAndre about numbers. 99 is a hot one for a defensive lineman.
All the big boys want that 99.
Yeah.
Somebody's got to take it. Let's talk a little bit about the transfer portal. Before we do that, let's give a quick shout out to our friends over at Game Time Sidekicks. Go visit Game Time Sidekicks and get a cool cup like this. Jordan, we'll get you one. Sorry, man. GameTimeSidekicks.com, promo code Stadium 15 at checkout, Stadium 15 at checkout, 15% off of your order. A lot of cups for UF fans, but also for a lot of other colleges as well. Cannot stress enough. Quality is great. Price is great. Hot drinks, hot, cold drinks, cold. One of my favorite products. Use it every day. So GameTimeSidekicks.com, promo code Stadium15 at checkout. We'll get you 15% off of your order. Appreciate the super chats from Army Sniper. Try to ask your question, Garrett, and then Garrett again, man. Really appreciate those super chats. All right, gentlemen, let's get into the transfer portal a little bit. Let me pull up the full list of Florida Gator transfer portal players. I could have done that while Cam Jackson was talking, but
Talking about transferring out or?
Yeah. Transferring out. All right. So here we
Hey, y'all
go.
hit that like button. Hit like, subscribe, ask more comments. Of course, the super chat is always available. Appreciate everybody for hanging out with us, man.
Yeah, sorry. I thought this would be a little bit easier to all right.
I think
One
the
more.
list it's
There.
interesting. So I think the list of guys who are already in the portal that Dan's pulling up right now. I don't think really any surprises. Like there's obviously big names there like Justice Boone, but you look at the way the snaps start playing out and you think, okay, that makes sense. Same kind of thing with Kelby Collins. Every week we're doing the PFF snap counts and Kelby's at like 3, 5, 7. And I think just moving from outside to inside, you're not playing Madden you don't go from 88 to 87 and still play. It's a whole different ball game playing outside versus inside. And I think it was just a transition for him. It didn't work out. He's going to be a good player somewhere else. So you're going to lose some good players. I think Andy Jean's a good player, and we might see more guys leave. At this point, it's kind of like a business decision.
Yeah. So let's pull up that list. Like you said, Justice Boone and Kelby Collins, Arliss Boardingham, Jakeem Jackson, Quincy Ivory, Andy Jean, Deuce Spurlock, Christian Williams, and Mike Williams. Parker Lisi was a walk-on quarterback. He entered, but like Nick said, there's still an opportunity. The portal is open from today until December the 28th to be able to put your name in. I believe we mentioned Arliss and Kelby there. But yeah, so let's go through that list. Any surprises so far? Anybody that's sticking out to you you wish you would have stuck around?
I mean, I wish all of them could have stuck around, but it's just such a business these days, man. And you're only going to be as good as your floor and your ceiling. So when a lot of guys, and also like some of these decisions, I know we get sad because some guys are leaving that we had high hopes for when they came in through the high school process, but a lot of them are mutual. As you see those snaps drop down, like they still got NFL aspirations. So these guys are going to be looking for opportunities to get on the field as well. So by year 3, if you're not getting no reps, you can't get drafted if you ain't got film. So a lot of these be mutual. So nobody.
There hasn't been a transfer portal yet that hasn't been a mutual decision.
Right.
Yeah, no, that totally makes sense. Totally makes sense. All right, let's get into positions of need, and let's get through some names. Obviously, there's still a lot of moving parts here. The Gators are going to be needing help at the wide receiver position, the offensive tackle position, the defensive back position, potentially at the punter position. I know that you just signed a 5-star. You definitely you need a quarterback. And Florida just is bringing one in from UCLA. Any other positions you'd like to see them go after?
Yeah, depending. I think offensive tackle, backup quarterback with experience, because you've got some younger guys, but you want someone with experience. If DJ goes down, we have a guy who's a junior or a senior, redshirt junior, redshirt senior, who's got some game experience that we can throw in there. I think safety is a spot, and then obviously wide receiver. Silver from Kentucky, if he wants, I think you need to kind of re-up on the defensive line, and he's a guy who will be a senior next year, proven player. You can
Does he have 1 year or 2 years to play?
I think he's got one. I can look.
Okay. I thought he had 2, but I could be wrong.
Regardless, you're only gonna get one out of him, in my opinion, unless he gets injured or something crazy. He's not gonna be.
Yeah, no, I think you're 100% right.
Banks coming back definitely gave us a little bit more, cushion in that defensive tackle room. That was the biggest spot I was worried about as far as like us being able to make a run, like depth at that position. Yeah,
and especially with Jamari Lyons coming back from injury, assuming that he comes back as healthy as he was before his injury. I know that there's a lot of excitement about him. In terms of offers that we've heard thus far, Reggie Virgil out of Miami, Ohio, 6'4" wide receiver, had 41 catches for 816 yards and 9 touchdowns. And then Chase Sowell from East Carolina, 6'4" sophomore, 34 catches, 678 yards. I believe Virgil would have 1 year to play. Sowell would have 2 years to play. And then Justin Martin is a quarterback from UCLA. He threw for 179 yards. He's apparently visiting UF potentially this week as well. An offer is not out on the table just yet for him. And then Florida has reached out to a number of guys as well. Nick Anderson from Oklahoma. We're going to go through all of these. So just kind of going over a list here. Potentially Jeff Caldwell from Lindenwood. There's the FIU wide receiver Eric Rivers, who caught the ball for 62 times, 1,172 yards. CJ Hurd, Caleb Odom, the wide receiver. So a lot of names here. Dane Key has also heard from Florida. But again, these are all names, and we will see where these end up. Any guys that you right now are excited about? Zachariah Poyser from Jacksonville State. Any guys?
I'm excited about the entire wide receiver board. I'm gonna be honest. It's a lot of just can't go wrong with any direction we go. I like the strategy that they're getting. I don't know if it was on purpose, but Reggie, Virgil, and Chase Sowell, both are Florida boys. Sowell's mom and dad graduated at UF. I know Billy spoke in his presser about getting guys that just want to be Gators and getting guys from this state. So I like that he's just getting guys to understand the culture of what we do here a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Nick Anderson is just a beast. I think is the best receiver, and he's a dude. He's him. He has some injury stuff that's going on at OU. It's going to come down to some big boy recruit towards the end down here. But if we can get 3 of any of the guys that they got that they're interested in, you get 3 of those and add it with the Mazells that we got, you know, the Tank Hawkins. Like, we already got some guys that can stretch the field speed-wise. We just missing some size to go on the outside of the Eugene Wilsons, the Aiden Mazells, and the Tank Hawkins. So give me some outside receivers, and we're going to be cooking with hot grease, bro.
You think they're going to try to go for 3?
I think they go for 3. I think 3 makes sense, especially if you're getting Sowell has possibility of playing 2. Depends on how well they play when they get here, but he'll have 2 years to play. Virgil has 1. And Nick Anderson, I think, is another guy that maybe just 1 and done as well.
Yeah, he would technically have 3 years to play, but I don't think that Nick Anderson's going to play 3 years.
No,
he was injured this year. Freshman year, balled out at OU, was injured this year. So
hamstring, I think, for him too this year.
I would like to see them go for a guy. Of course, you want guys that's ready to play right now. Since we missed on some guys towards the end of this recruiting cycle, I wouldn't mind seeing them going after a guy that maybe has 3 years available to play. You know what I'm saying? A guy that could be, you know, fill that gap between a junior, senior, like a sophomore. So I wouldn't mind seeing them going to get a guy like that. So, yeah, I think 3 receivers, man. When you look at our overall room, we need guys, bro. We got some guys that can play. And us trying to go get 3 guys don't mean we ain't got nobody. It just means you need guys to be able to win the war of attrition throughout a football season in the SEC, because guys going to get hurt. And you're only going to be as good as your floor, man. So, yeah, I think they go get 3. 3 makes sense.
Okay.
Just my opinion. What you think, Nick? You think they get 2 or 3?
I think you'd be fine with 2. If it's the right 3. Like Nick Anderson, I think is a dude. Also, this to me, this is receiver is probably the easiest position to get, especially if a dude only has 1 year. You're like, hey, you want to come and ball out? You see who we have at quarterback? There's not many quarterbacks in the country, I think, that help you recruit a receiver more than DJ Lagway. Like maybe Arch, but like not like the list is small, and DJ might not be number 2 on any of the lists.
Right.
Right.
So I think there is a need. I love Silver from FIU. He is like a smaller guy. You kind of like, does he
Rivers
get lost
from FIU?
Rivers, sorry, yeah. You know, does he kind of get lost in the shuffle because you have him playing the same position as Trey and as Aiden, and then like, do we get into this like, hey, you've got too many of these guys. You've got Tank and TJ. Do you hang on to both Tank and TJ in the portal as well? But like, that's kind of like where you're at in terms of receiver. But Nick Anderson is a dude. If you can get him on campus, I think the way Florida's trying to do it is trying to get OVs early and try to lock down. Like that's been an issue too in the past. Is like you get that first visit and then somebody goes somewhere else, or you're late to a visit and then guys in the portal. It's not the same as like a high school kid recruiting. There's like, hey, I got the number I wanted. Week 1, good situation. Don't need to look at anything else. When the grass might have been greener somewhere else, but it's like the commas were correct and it felt good here. It's only for some of these guys, it's only a 1 year play.
Yeah, this is where I think the Gasparilla Bowl is a little bit of a hindrance. Corey Bender put it out there that the Gators coaching staff is going to be in Tampa for all of next week. I'm not 100% sure why. I know that there's going to be some walkthroughs and some bowl festivities and things of that nature. With Tampa being 2 hours door to door from Gainesville, I don't know how you potentially deal with what a visit might look like next week if somebody can't come down this week or if they're going to visit multiple places. So I know that there's some other names out there. A lot's going to be moving and shaking over the next couple of weeks here in a couple of days. But with the bowl game next week and then you throw Christmas right after that, it's going to be hair on fire. Yeah,
the bowl has both teams arriving on the 16th. I think they can choose to arrive on the 17th if they want to.
So that's Monday?
But hey, you fuel up the UAA PJ. Easy, probably like a 45-minute flight.
Right.
If that, 30-minute flight.
Yeah, I can get 30, 25. You right there.
Yeah, no, 100%. So, that's certainly a thing, right? Because you'll have your coaching staff here in Tampa. Going back and forth is still not convenient, and you're still going to have practices and everything else that you have to do and obligations that you have, media obligations, events. I'm sure there's a dinner. I'm sure there's some sort of party gala thing that they'll have to go to as well. And then that game is on Friday afternoon. So unfortunate timing. You'd rather be doing that than not, but still just one of those unfortunate timing situations.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Another thing too, just the evals, bro. Like some of these kids, just my opinion, because I know a lot of us get caught up in, a lot of the fans get caught up in the rankings of when these kids came out. They were 5 stars in high school. That stuff does not matter no more, bro. Like now you're in the transfer portal. It's what what have you done for me lately? Like what kind of production you put on the field, what type of film you have, and the staff is doing a good job of going to get guys that have been productive in college, man. As far as like ready to play players, like for the gaps that we need to fill in, immediate guys, you can't go get a 5-star that was a 5-star in high school. That don't matter anymore. That's what doomed Florida State. That's what put them in a chokehold a little bit this season. Going to get a lot of 5-star backups that was on Bama and Georgia's bench. That stuff don't matter no more. Getting these guys.
When you see the tweets come out, I saw you tweeting about this, Corey. You were like, they're about to bog down the timeline today, confirming all of the stuff they put. Yeah. But when you see those tweets and it's like he has over his career, he has this. You're like, that means last year didn't look good, or the year before that didn't look good. And he might have been, or if you only see like so-and-so, a former 5-star with no stats, a little spidey senses should start tingling.
Red flag there. Like they had one defensive end that said he's been in college 5 years, but he said 3 years of play he had 7 sacks. And you go look at his thing. He's been in college for 5 years. He's got 7 sacks, bro. Like, what you been doing?
Right there, yeah.
Bro, he got to college and Trump was president. He's gonna be in college and Trump's gonna be president again. It's like, my guy, time to figure this college thing out.
Well, overall, man, I think that these coaches have been doing a good job of finding these guys in the transfer portal. So I definitely got trust and faith in what they got going on. And just to say, it's like definitely like it's so crazy with the transfer portal this day, just to hear how everything is going with the money situation and like how you finding players. And like I've always been a big fan of, like, obviously y'all know through my career I've dealt with like transfer quarterbacks literally every year of my career. Like we went from Luke Del Rio, Austin Appleby, like Josh Brady, I think his name was.
Josh Brady had those crazy sleeves. My God, what are we doing?
Like, he went from transfer quarterback to transfer quarterback. And
bro.
I was always so hard on, like, bro, if these quarterbacks are leaving their team, bro, they suck. There's no way. Just call it a spade, bro. There's no way you're at your school and you're like that. You want to leave. There was no money involved then. So I get now, obviously, money's
Jordan.
involved.
No dry snitching.
No money involved with Appleby and Del Rio. Is definitely no money involved, my brother.
That's the point I'm trying to make. There was no money involved with those guys. You feel me? So the fact that they were willingly to leave their university, it kind of made me feel like you're really not that guy. So not to say that's the same case in this day and age, because obviously money's involved in it. So you could be getting a high caliber player and like you really I just honestly feel like I got faith in our coaches. They've been doing a really good job with getting younger guys as well as transfer portal guys and seeing the tape and being able to evaluate if they're going to be a good fit for their team. And I think that's another thing. They kind of look for what's going to be a fit for our current team, not necessarily like a 5-star baller. Like they look like, okay, I want a guy that he's tough as hell at fitting the run. He loves to play the run. He's a good 2-gapper. That's what we're missing on this staff. Let's go grab something like that. Like, I need like a very hybrid type pass rusher who's not really like he can't defend or run well, but I know he can get up the field and get me a sack on 3rd down. That's the kind of guy I'm going after. Like, so I feel like our staff does a good job of that, evaluating guys what can fit our team necessarily, not necessarily just like a 5-star guy.
Yeah.
Rob is in the comments.
Quick correction of myself. It was Malik Zaire with the crazy sleeves.
Yeah.
My guy.
My
guy's wearing a sweater.
Yeah.
Wearing a sweater.
He's supposed to be that guy, and he just wasn't that guy.
He wasn't that guy.
You ain't that guy, pal.
You're right.
But, apparently you told lies about Zaire, so.
Yeah, until I seen the sleeves. It was all before the sleeves. When he came out them baggy sleeves, I was like, oh my God, there's no way. We're screwed.
He's making me look silly. He hasn't even
How can that even be comfortable?
Trying to pull out a new swag that ain't really it.
I wonder what he's doing these days.
What was Josh Grady like in the locker room? I always thought he was like a little weird.
Oh, jeez.
He was a cool guy. I mean, for the most part, he was a little strange. I had to get to know him to kind of realize where he was coming from. But overall, he was a pretty cool Tampa native, I believe. I'm not 100% sure, but I think he's a Tampa native.
Yeah, that boy blocked.
Yeah,
me,
he is.
man.
Yeah, I got blocked too.
No, he's an agent now.
I got unblocked. I got unblocked and became an agent. Now I can help him.
So
I got blocked and unblocked.
Something like that. And I think Malik Zaire is into like the commentator thing or whatever the case may be.
He was,
okay.
thought you were going to say fashion designer, and I was going to have.
Yeah, he is. He's yeah, he works for CBS Sports.
Right. I was about to say, I know he was working with Overtime for a long time.
Yeah, worked for Overtime, then Sirius and CBS. So
he had that Notre Dame connect. You know they got connections.
Yeah.
He doesn't list UF on his LinkedIn for some reason.
Of course not. He knew he was stinking it up over there.
Have him go back and watch highlight film.
Stinking it up.
The sleeves will keep him off TV.
Jordan went through a gauntlet.
It's so
went from
crazy.
Will Greer to a bunch of mid, bro.
Oh, Willie Goat.
I told the lady this today. I trained this little kid. He's like an 11-year-old. And her mom was like, she went to Florida as well. She was like, who are your quarterbacks who you was playing? I said, I had so many. I said, literally went from Will Greer, the best quarterback I had, to like the shittiest slope ever. Like, oh my God. Like, it got so bad. Then, boop, at the end, we had Kyle Trask, but we were playing Felipe instead. Great.
Yeah.
Kyle Trask.
Kyle Trask came out the next year being that boy, Texas gunslinger.
He was, it was just like, I think there was one time in 2019, he was going to start. I think they were ready to make the switch, and then he broke his foot in practice.
I was so fucking pissed.
They were going to make the switch, and then Trask breaks his foot like Monday or Tuesday in practice, and they're like, "Bro, we can't now."
Right back to Felipe, and he was happy. I love him.
Yeah.
But
we'll always have that 50-yard run against Texas A&M in those disgusting green jerseys.
He ran like a giraffe,
just galloping down the field.
Well, he was low,
man. Felipe hated the fans.
Yeah,
Felipe hated Gator fans.
Well, Gator fans hated him. He was just giving it back. He was just giving it back.
I rock with OVO
when Felipe shushed everyone. I was like, yes, this is his
villain arc.
His villain arc.
Yeah,
like don't cheer for me now. Y'all haven't been here for 3 years.
He was shushing and saying "fuck you" at the same time. Trust me, y'all shut the fuck up. Y'all wouldn't say shit. Man. No, nigga, like, bro, these are your fans.
Cheer for me.
Yeah, he's like, y'all shut up. I'm like, you just scored. Why are you telling everybody shut up?
Yeah, bro.
They said there's some rumors out there with Silver, transfer Keyshawn Silver. Nick, I know you're involved with Victorious over there a little bit, man. This is a big bag. You give us an insight on what type of bags you toting over there? You got the cash?
I don't have the cash. I don't have the cash. Definitely not talking about cash on a podcast either. But we are in a good spot. We are in a good spot. We have done a good job fundraising.
Okay. That's what we wanted to hear. That's what Gator fans want to hear.
For sure.
Is Florida victorious? Do you know, are they doing anything for the bowl game?
Yes, I think we're going to have two events. We were just having a meeting this morning. So I'll post that stuff out. Also, too, if you are in Atlanta or if you are going to Atlanta this Saturday for the basketball game, new top 10 Florida Gators in the AP poll. If you're going to be in Atlanta, we're going to be at Park Bar, I think starting at noon. Florida Victorious, I'll be there.
That's where we did our Stadium and Gale.
Come and find me, and I might have a free drink for you if you're in town in Atlanta.
All right.
Hey.
And then you guys will be in. Yeah. Nick's free drink plug. So we'll have to do something with Florida Victorious for the tailgate before that game, and then we'll try to do some stuff, at least hop around some tailgates. Nick, I know you have some obligations, things of that nature. Jordan's going to try to make it up with his wife, and then we'll figure it out. We'll share that information with you guys. If you're going to come into Tampa or you're already here in the Tampa Bay area for the Gasparilla Bowl, I don't imagine, I know Lauren's asking about staff changes, all that kind of stuff. I don't imagine that any of that information will come out until at least after the bowl game. So we'll just probably sit tight on some of that information until that news comes out. Before we head out of here, any final thoughts, words, topics of conversation, boys?
Thursday night, we hanging out with Walter Clayton, man. Another live screen, kicking it. Big vibes, man. It'd be similar to Saturday vibes. Basketball team super hot right now. He's one of the hottest players in the country. We got some more things we're gonna do with him at the top of the next year, but this Thursday, y'all pull up to the live screen. We're hanging out with point guard Walter Clayton.
Nice.
Perfect. All right, guys, let's get one final ad read for our friends over at Alumni Hall. Go visit alumnihall.com in Gainesville. Go visit them online, alumnihall.com, for anything that you want for the Florida Gator fan in your life. alumnihall.com. Alumni Hall on Archer Road. Before you leave, make sure you hit the like button, the subscribe button, share it with your friends, families, neighbors, coworkers, whomever it might got to be. Shout out to the men's basketball team, doing fantastic. Shout out to Jonathan Grenard, NFC Defensive Player of the Month. So congratulations to him. And we will see you guys same corner, same time next week. We did do Song of the Week. Corey, I think you got Song of the Week, brother.
I had it last week.
Nick, you have Song of the Week.
Oh, easy.
I'll take it again.
But no, we're gonna put some soul into your life. I think I did this last year. I'm probably gonna do it every year near Christmas time. We're gonna go Hallelujah by Pentatonics. Acapella group, Corey.
Acapella. Okay.
Acapella group.
Interesting.
Perfect. All right, boys. Same corner, same time next week. We will see you, and then we will see you in Tampa next Friday. See you, boys.